they've become very good at is putting their own people in newspapers, in TV studios, and getting their message out. For 20 years, they've been preparing themselves for this Ukraine. You can't, as you and I both know, as we've seen now, you couldn't convince a reasonable middle-class person in the West that Putin is not a second Hitler. You just, they would not believe you. And the reason they would not believe you is because they've read anti-Putin stories for 20 years.
Yeah, well, just on that, the Nazi ideology is not in Russia so much. They might have individuals, like in every military, that have got those beliefs and might come up with a flag. But from my research, neo-Nazi ideology is right through.
Yeah, well, that's the great irony, of course.
Right through.
If you're looking for...
Yeah. That was exposed by Dolinsky, who was the leader of the Ukraine Jewish community. So it's not just my voice. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I know. There is like a lot of the things in my well, not in my, in this world that you and I have both discovered, the shadow world of false information supporting the Western narrative. There's a lot of ironies. That's right. And if you were looking for someone, if you were looking for people that had pictures of Adolf Hitler on their walls, they wouldn't be on the Russian side of the border. They'd be on the Ukrainian side of the border. You go
to all these military commanders in Ukraine, and in the offices on the back walls are Ukrainian World War II Nazi allied soldiers of the OUN who massacred Jews in the Lviv programs and the Babi Yar massacre. So and then as Zelensky actually went on RBC TV, there's a video of this, I've got it, where he supports the day to celebrate Stepan Bandera. And Stepan Bandera was a leader of the OUN. Now, some people argue that the Nazis put him in jail because he had some grandeur thoughts about Ukraine during World War II having their own autonomy from the Germans a little bit. But essentially, he undertook, as a leader of the OUN, the genocide on Jews in Babi Yar and Lviv. And Zelensky went on RBC TV. There's a video of it. You won't see that on our news. No. Supporting it.
And as you said, you don't even have to go too much into the facts of these. You'd say, isn't it strange how before the war, the so-called war, before the sort of outbreak earlier this year, there were stories in the mainstream pointing this out. And there was lots of sort of anti-Nazi stories about Ukraine. And now everything suddenly flipped, and the Ukraine are our noble brothers, and you can only ever see bad stories. And uniform. There's no kind of someone arguing one thing, it's just uniform blanket coverage. Now that scares me.